This is Eat, Sleep, Invest, the marketing podcast for real estate investors to get more deals.
Behind the scene, behind the curtains of every, quote, successful person who at least today would show themselves as successful or by society standards show to be measured as successful, if they're willing to open up the kimono, so to speak, and show behind the scenes and show what it took to get to wherever they are today, if you want to define that as successful, there's a lot of skeletons and a lot of broken bones and stuff behind that pathway. And I think that's what we're too afraid to show. Well, I don't have it all figured out. I certainly, but I have to show up and look like I got it all together. No, don't do that. Find the right places where people are actually, as you said, there to share and give back. And the more willing you are to be vulnerable about what you don't know, the mistakes you have made, the questions or challenges that you're facing right now, whatever those might be, that you're not totally sure of, be that way. And that's going to be your fastest track to move from point A, where you are today, to point B, whatever that destination or next step in your life wants to be, whether it's higher ground or better relationships or better business or stress testing, the model for the market conditions today. But there's always provocations that we have to deal with. And I just say, smart as you might be, is willing to work as hard as I know everybody that's listening to this today have proven to be that person to work hard. Just don't do it by yourself. Find the right people.
You know what? That makes me think. I don't remember where I heard it, but being successful, they said there's two different ways to look at it. It's like, picture yourself, say you're crushing it and you're riding a lion. People are looking at you and they're like, geez, oh man, that guy's riding a lion. He's a beast, right? And then you're on the back of the lion being like, I don't know how to get off of this thing. I don't even know what's going to happen.
That's right.
But it's like all perspective too. I'm like, some people that are crushing it, everyone's dealing with the same stuff. Some people just are a little bit ahead.
That's it. Just a little bit ahead. And sometimes those are the people on the frontier. And at some point, they may have to make some hard pivots. And then it's like, is that bad? Nope. It's just part of life and part of the journey. And again, if you're courageous enough to say, I will take that chance, mitigate the risk, but take the chance to try something different. I think that's a good thing. And again, you can mitigate the risk by being around other people who maybe have done some iteration of what you're thinking about doing and can kind of, test it a little bit. Don't do that. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Explain why. Now I get it. Now I can, course correct a little bit sooner than if I just tried it on by myself on my own.
Right. Now, so in the education space, in your mastermind, what exactly are you guys doing?
So really it's changing the paradigm of, a lot of business owners, high income, maybe relatively high net worth people who learn to trade time for dollars at a high level because you got the specialized education. And that can be a good thing, but it can also be a curse. Because if you're so tied to being on that turnstile where, when you show up, you have high billable hours, but it's all dependent upon you, there is no true freedom to that. And of course, you're so busy and so specialized in a certain area of knowledge that you really don't have time to ever explore outside and really develop any base financial acumen. I mean, even in the schools today, Brian, the public schools, they don't teach anything that's relevant, to life skills and finances. That's what the big piece is missing. Well, it's missing in all levels, right? You could be the smartest brain surgeon and you may not have a clue when it comes to like investing money. And that's not a fault of the person. It's just a fault of we get so specialized. So in our community, we really start with financial acumen, and because I'm a pretty contrarian guy, I throw a lot of darts at the traditional financial models. I'm not picking on financial advisors per se. I think there's a lot of smart people, and they certainly have a place. But I tell our folks come to us because they're tired of abdicating their financial future to the market, or a financial advisor, or a CPA, or a money manager, whatever it might be, or 401k manager. They're tired of doing that because they see that they really have no control. And in the end, it's all about income. It's all about income. We talk about, building net worth. Well, look at your balance sheet. What's your net worth? My net worth is, X 7 figures, right? Well, that's meaningless unless that net worth actually can produce income when you need the income. So you can go to growth modes and growing an estate, growing a net worth. That's a good goal to have. But at some point, you better know how to turn that equity, that net worth into income, particularly if you want to start backing off of trading time for dollars, backing off a little bit and actually owning a real business or owning assets that whether you manage them or somebody else manages them, you're not there having to do it 24/7 like you have to do when you have a job, a career, a business that's dependent upon you. So that's the first thing we changed their mindset so they can actually see that their work can move into something with the assets. Could be running or operating their business at a higher level where there's more people providing the service and they become more the CEO. That could be one iteration. Investing in the alternative space, the real estate space that we know so well is another piece of that, or it could be a combination thereof. That's the mindset shift, and that's just not taught in schools today. In schools today, kids are being taught how to be good workers. Do we need good workers? Yeah, we do, but I'd rather teach my kids how to be the orchestrator of the good workers and build something that they could pivot with the economy and not be run over when we go into like a recession and there's going to be layoffs and it's going to be hard times for a lot of people. And I don't like that. But it is what it is. So how can we help people that we want to help to be able to rise above that and not be hit by the tsunami wave when it hits and causes a lot of destruction of wealth and people's jobs and people's livelihood.